Hello students, welcome back. In the last session we have discussed about JDBC packages and JDBC process. So JDBC process simply includes the steps which can be used to connect our Java program with a backend database. In today's session we will discuss about timeout and connection pool. Now first we will start with timeout. J2EE components attempts to connect to a database. However, the database may not respond quickly for a number of reasons. Whenever we write an application which communicates with a backend database, the first step it is to establish the connection with a backend database. Whenever an application tries to connect with a backend database, the backend database may not respond for certain reasons. The reasons might be the connection not available because there are limited number of connections which are available with the database. If you have a MySQL database, then there might be multiple different clients which wants to connect to the same database, and database as it is having a limited number of connections. Suppose a database is having 100 connection. If a client comes, that is 101 client, if comes and asks for a database connection, then the connection is not available with a database. In that case, a database may not respond. Or there can be any other reason. In such cases, rather than waiting for a response from a database, a J2EE component can set a timeout period, because if a J2EE application or a Java program or J2EE program, if it simply sits waiting for the connection from a database, then the user may not have a clue what is happening in the background. So rather than wait for a delayed response from the database or DBMS, the J2EE component can set a timeout period, after which the driver manager will cease to attempt to connect to the DBMS. That simply means the Java application will try to connect with a backend database, say for 5 seconds. If in the 5 seconds if database do not respond, then the driver manager will simply cease the connection and it will stop requesting for a connection to the backend database. So that is done by the driver manager, because we use a driver manager to connect with a backend database. And this timeout period can be set by using a method called as set login timeout. The method here it is set login timeout, and in bracket we have to send the time in seconds, say 5 seconds, 10 seconds, 20 seconds, 30 seconds. So for that particular time, a database, a driver manager will try to connect with a backend database. If in that time the database do not respond, the driver manager will simply stop requesting for the connection. If the timeout is already set, you can get information about it, what is the timeout set, by using a method called as get login timeout. To get the timeout information, we have a method get login timeout. If you want to set the time, that is timeout, if you want to set, then the method is set login timeout. And the complete signature, it is public static void driver manager is the class name, dot set login timeout is the method. Now what is public static void, that we have already studied in core Java part. Okay, so this is the method which belongs to a class driver manager, and this is what is called as timeout. Timeout simply means the period for which the driver manager will attempt to connect with a backend database. Now the next important thing, it is connection pool. As we know about the application or database applications, database application always set up a connection with a backend database, then performs the required queries on the backend database, and once it is done with the work with a backend database, it has to close the connection. So every time an application needs to communicate with a backend database, it has to open a connection, it has to do its work, and it has to close the connection. So this form of communication, it is resource intensive, means it takes more resources, or most of the time the application is busy in connecting and disconnecting with a backend database rather than doing the actual work on the backend database. The application is busy in connecting and disconnecting. Say the application wants to do some work on the backend database, say some 10 times the application wants to access the backend database for different work, then every time the application has to connect, do the work, disconnect, every time again connect, do the work, disconnect. And this connection, it is performed per client basis, means every client needs to connect to the database separately. This connection cannot be directly shared with other clients. Now you open your Facebook and the Facebook is connected with a backend database because you are retrieving your username and password and other details once you log in to the Facebook. There might be thousands or lakhs of users who are connected to the Facebook, and every user is considered as a client, and every client has a separate connection with a backend database. So this connection with a backend database, it is performed per client basis, and as we know, there are always limited number of connections available with the backend database. So if a client requests for a connection, and if the connection is not available, the database may not respond to it, and the client may not be able to connect with a backend database. A client that needs frequent interaction with a database must either open and leave the connection open during processing. For example, if a client wants to perform many different things on a backend database, one way is simply open the connection, leave the connection open, don't close it, perform any activities on the backend database, and once it is done with all the activities on the backend database, then close the connection. But the problem with this type of this way of application connecting with a database is that if there are 100 applications who have opened the connection and database supports only 100 clients and all of them have opened, but none of them are ready to close the connection with a backend database because they think that they want to do something, some other activity on the backend database. Then the problem is the next client who wants to connect with a database may not get a chance to connect with a database, and that is the reason every client needs to disconnect once it finishes its work with a backend database. But as I have said, opening and closing every time with a database, it is time consuming. Most of the time the application will be in connecting or disconnecting with the database. Now there is another way to solve this problem, that is by using what is called as connection pool. Now what is this connection pool? So connection pool, it is a collection of database connections that are opened once and loaded into memory, so these connections can be reused without having to reconnect to the database. Now what is connection pool? It is pool of connection. It is many connections which have been opened on a backend database. Now there is an intermediate body between the application and the actual database now, and that intermediate body here, it is connection pool. Now what connection pool does, it simply opens a connection with a backend database and it keeps that connection open for the users. Whoever wants to access the database, they can request for the connection to the connection pool instead of directly connecting with a backend database. Now as they are requesting with a connection pool, they can connect to the database indirectly through connection pool, and once they do their work, they can close the connection. So connection pool, it is a collection of database connections that are opened once and loaded into memory. So these connections can be reused, and one important advantage is these connections can be reused by the clients. It can be shared with multiple different clients without having to reconnect to the database. Means the connections are not at all closed with the backend database. The connections are opened and closed with the connection pool, not with the backend database. Connection pool is implemented by application server. So there has to be an application server separate. So you can consider it like this. We have our Java program. So this is our Java program, and there is a backend database. So this is our database, and in between this we have application server. So we have considered application server. This is application server. Okay. Now what this application server does, it simply maintains some connection with a backend database. Database supports 5 connections. Application server will set up 5 connections with the backend database, and this is called as a pool, and these connections are kept open always. These are kept open always with the application server, but a client, that is your Java program, can request for a database connection to the application server, and application server will assign a connection from the opened connections to the client, and then the client can perform his things on the backend database. He can execute the queries, and once he is done with executing, the client can disconnect. Now when the client disconnects, you can see the connection between our Java program and application server is disconnected, but the connection between the pool, that is application server, and the database is not disconnected. It is continuously open. Okay. So that is an advantage of using application server. Now in case of application server or this connection pool, there are 2 types of connections which are made. One is physical connection made by application server using pooled connection object, that is the connection between application server and the database. This is called as physical connection. This is called as physical connection. And next is logical connection, that is made by client by calling the data source dot get connection method, which connects to a pooled connection object. Now the connection between our program and the connection pool, so this connection is called as logical connection, means it is not actually connected to the backend database, but our application is connected to the application server. So that is a logical connection. Our connection pool is accessible by using Java naming and directory interface. To access the connection pool, we have to use Java naming and directory interface, because the application server, it is different from our Java program, it is separate from our Java program. To access this application server, we have to use Java naming and directory interface. One example is given here how we can access connection pool. For that we have to create an object of context. So, object of context is created. Once you create an object of context, you will get handle to JNDI context, that is Java naming and directory interface context. Now, after having that context, we can create a data source by using which we can connect with a connection pool. That is, data source pool is equals to context object, which we have created here, dot lookup. That means we are searching for something, and what we are searching, the address has been passed. So, this address, it is actually the address of our application server or the connection pool. So, we are requesting for a connection pool here, and once it is able to find this address, it will return a reference of it, and that will be stored in pool. Once you have pool, by using that pool object, you can connect to a backend database. Pool.getConnection means actually you have indirectly connected to the backend database. And once you are connected with a backend database, you can perform the different actions on the backend database, like you can insert data, you can retrieve data from the backend database. And once you are done with that, you can close the connection by using db.close. Okay, so this is about the connection pool object. Okay, that's it in today's session. We will stop here. Thank you.